Hello and welcome to Oracle Database Administration. In this practice, we are going to install Oracle Linux 6.3 on a virtual machine created under VMware Workstation. Let's start by creating a virtual machine. Click Next. Okay, we will install operating system later on. Click Next. Linux database server, name of the virtual machine, specify the location. Machine database server, that's fine. Create next. Number of processors, RAM size for the virtual machine, for example 4 giga. Networking, bridge networking, for example. Type of the disk, SCSI. Create a new virtual machine, specify size of the virtual machine disk 100 giga. Click next. That's it and finish. Edit virtual machine settings. Specify the ISO image for the Oracle Linux media. And click OK. Power on this virtual machine. Install. Skip media check. Okay, starting the installation, click next. Language English, keyboard English. Basic storage devices. In case you have SAN storage and you want to attach the SAN storage disks or LANs to the server, you can go with specialized storage network, but in our case we have only 100 giga disk, local disk attached to the server. Click next. Yes, I want to discard. Server name, for example database server. Configure network, let's assign network manual. Specify the IP, for example 255 gateway 25168.1.1. In case you have a DNS server, you also can specify the DNS server. Click apply and click close. Next. Time zone. Root password, make sure to specify a complex password for the root user. Click next. Here you can specify the layout for the disk. We are going to use a create custom layout. We have to have /temp swap /01 for the Oracle database installation. So let's start by creating /temp. Oracle required 1 giga as temp space before installation Oracle database software. So let's create, for example, 4 giga /temp. Also for swap, the swap space depends on the RAM size. In case you RAM between 2 and 16 gigabyte, the swap space will be the same as the RAM size. So in our case, which is 4 giga RAM, so the swap space will be 4 giga. Okay, and we'll create also another mount point for the operating system. You can also create /boot, but in our case we will create only / that will include also /boot. 20 gigabyte, more than enough for the for the operating system installation. For the remaining size for the disk, it will be used for /01, which will be used for Oracle database installation. Fill to the maximum allowed size. Click OK and click next. Format, write changes to the disk. Click next. Here we are going to specify which packages you want to install on the Oracle Linux server. Depends on the server type, for example virtualization host or desktop or web server. you can choose one of these options, or you can specify, for example, one of these options, and you can customize which packages you want to install. For example, let's go with basic server, and you can customize packages or softwares that you want to install in the server. You can go with, for example, development tools, additional developments. You can specify which packages you want, or can specify exact packages you want to install. For Oracle database software installation, some development packages require like GCC, GCC++. These are required packages for Oracle database software installation. In case you don't specify any packages in this step, later on after finishing the operating system installation, you can customize the packages by using yum tool or by using rpm tool to specify the required packages or the required softwares for Oracle database installation. You can, for example, specify networking tools, legacy Unix. You can specify for desktop, remote desktop clients, depends on your requirements. Click next. The installation is started. The installation will take around 5 to 15 minutes, depends on the speed of the server and depends on the packages you select. The installation of Oracle Linux almost finished. Let's wait for some time. Here we go, the installation is completed. Reboot. So now we have a running Oracle Linux 6.3 server. Login as root user. In the next practice, we will see how to prepare the Oracle Linux 6.3 for installation of Oracle database binaries. We will see how to install the required packages, configure kernel parameters, and the shell limits. So I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.